ever wonder why God put you on this earth? You ever wondered if people could have the opportunity to get to know the real you? Ever wonder if people had the opportunity to hear your powerful story? Or if you, like me, your testimony? I want you to come on the journey with me like no other. A perspective that requires just not yourself. Hello, my name is Joshua Paul, and welcome to I Surrender. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our brand new episode of I Surrender. This is your host, Joshua Paul, and today I'm with my special guest,
Jahad Williams. I'm an SU football player, run track here. I'm a sports science major and also in foundation and marketing. It's pretty good to be here.
And first of all, Jahad, before we get started, I just want to say personally, thank you for coming to my show, man. It's much appreciated. We have so much to get down, so we got to get down to it. But first things first, I want to talk about, how was your experience playing at St. Thomas University?
It was actually amazing. Being able to step onto that field, step onto this campus, into a new environment and be able to play my first college football game, it was pretty exhilarating.
Now, I know that you played how many games? 7 games?
Seven games.
And you started 3 games? Or
Two,
three? Oh, I got you. So as a freshman, playing in an environment like that, what was it like for you to have a lot of playing time?
Actually, it's pretty huge. I was actually able to showcase my talents to a lot of people, be able to experience, the thrill of being on the college football campus and being in the atmosphere that I was in, seeing my family that was down here supporting me from South Carolina and Daytona. It's pretty big opportunity.
Man, I hear you. So one thing I want to touch upon is your experience with high school. So tell me about your high school at Atlantic Community High School.
Atlantic Community High School is a pretty well-known high school in Palm Beach County. We're known for, going to states my junior year. We've had a pretty good track team the past couple of years, and we was able to, bring in a lot of diversity to the school, especially off of our sports and whatnot, with a lot of people wanting to transfer in and everything. So it's pretty good school.
Now, I know in high school you were part of a big group, not in the football environment, but in the academic environment. Tell me about that.
I was actually able to receive the Mega Lamp Lighting Scholarship and Award for my grades and, being able to participate in the community with my brothers and whatnot. And I was actually inducted into the National Honor Society of Scholars. So that was actually a pretty big opportunity as well. And it felt good to actually be inducted into them.
Man, I just want to take the time real quick to talk to our viewers and express that this man right here, he's not just a football player. He's a student as well. Student comes before the athlete. So model him. But I would definitely want to talk about your experience with your first year with St. Thomas. I know that throughout the season, you dealt with an issue. Tell me about that issue.
Throughout the season, I actually dealt with a concussion. It knocked me out for 3 games. It made me deal with a lot of depression states and whatnot. I was going through some things at the time, especially family-wise, school-wise, but I was able to overcome it and maintain my grades. It kind of molded me into the person I am now this second semester, especially, going forward with sports and whatnot, so it's pretty big.
Now, dealing with a concussion protocol, I know one common topic within our social media society and also with our sports generation, CTE is a big thing. What's your opinion about CTE?
CTE is pretty big mental illness that they're actually diagnosing a lot of players with, basketball players, football players, soccer players, you name any sport. It starts from Pop Warner all the way up to NFL, college football. CTE is actually, one of the lead causes for a lot of NFL players, committing suicides and whatnot, or, going insane or having mental breakdowns or going through depression. I say, seeing a couple people that I know that have CTE, it kind of gave me an insight to, what causes it and what leads to it. And also, how to be aware of, the symptoms and the signs that it may show.
Now, when you were going through your time having concussion, did you seek help of some sort?
Yes, I actually did. I actually talked to a guidance counselor, and I actually went to, talk to certain people that I know that I trust very well, and just be able to vent to them and talk about my situation and them. kind of get their insight on what they think I should do, or just be able to listen to them. It's actually pretty good to be able to talk to people.
Yeah. I mean, for one thing, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to express that when you're going through symptoms of like CTE and mental health, it's imperative that you must reach out for help. And for one thing, I personally feel like our society is so to themselves because they don't want to be judged for what they're going through. You're going through what you're going through for a reason. So seeking help is the best thing to do, especially if you're going through a mental illness or mental health of some sort. Jahad, I definitely want to touch upon your track experience.
My track experience was actually pretty wonderful. Starting track my sophomore year in high school. Going between my sophomore year and junior year, I was starting to get looked at by, a couple small colleges out in California. I was actually starting to fall in love with track my senior year, especially despite, my injury that I suffered my senior year. And it opened my eyes to, a sport that I really love. And I was actually able and grateful to be able to participate in this sport, now in college.
Now, were you getting looks at, football as well as track, or was it just track?
Yes, I actually was getting looked at for football. I started getting looked at for football my junior year in high school while I was playing wide receiver and tight end. My first letter that I got was from Cornell University.
Okay. And
then it started leading to Oberlin, Princeton, Columbia. It was a lot of Ivy League schools at first, and then I had Air Force roll in. It was pretty big. Yeah. So, I was actually excited.
And I wish I got a letter from an Ivy League school. Like, man, that's a blessing, dog. Like, what was it like to speak to coaches like that? Did you have an opportunity to have a conversation with those type of coaches in the Ivy League program?
Yes, I actually did. I was actually able to speak with one over the phone and whatnot, and be able to visit an Ivy League school. It's pretty nice and exhilarating. I can say the Ivy League school I was able to visit was Cornell, and campus was so lively, especially with the diversity of students that they have on the campus. Coming from across the country or in-state, it's pretty nice.
Now, for one thing, I know you got offers from these Ivy League schools. What made you want to choose St. Thomas over these Ivy League schools?
Actually, it was pretty family-wise. There was a lot going on at the time. It kind of got in the way of what I wanted to do, especially, with the injury I suffered my senior year, messed up my MCL, my patellar tendon. So that kind of, kept me away from going towards what I wanted to go to. I chose St. Thomas because, they took a chance and an opportunity with me, especially, after I messed up my knee. And, I was pretty grateful for that.
Now, one thing that I know about you, Jahad, is you have a lot of family that's very affiliated with football. Tell me about your experience about, your family and how they motivate you to be the football player you are today.
One of my motivators, and he's a very close person to me, my father. He played high school football and college football in South Carolina. He played at Northwestern High School in South Carolina and ended up playing for East Carolina. So it was he ended up earning a lot of accolades on and off the field, especially, in the state of South Carolina. He broke a lot of records. He had film that I was able to watch. And, it kind of motivated me to where I am now. It's actually motivated me a little bit more to try to go past that college level and try to make it to the NFL, because he was actually, there and ended up messing up his knee, which took his opportunity away.
Now, I know that adversity is a common thing for you, and it's not easy for the average, human to just accept adversity for what it is. So how do you handle adversity, and how do you make it become who you are and not let it hold you down for what you're trying to pursue?
I actually live by a couple words: faith, hard work, consistency, family, and God. Those 5 words right there, they actually, keep me afloat, especially in this day and age, especially with a lot of stuff going on, a lot of shootings, the wars that's going on, speaking of wars that's going on, viruses and whatnot going around. So, keeping God first, and then my family and school and hard work and everything is what keeps this boat afloat.
Now, before I ask you this next question, I do want to mention that, one thing about I Surrender, it's an opportunity to not only have a platform to share your experiences, but to also share about your faith.
Right.
I know that, you put God first in everything that you do. I have the utmost respect for you to admit that. So how God played an impact in your life?
God actually played a major role in my life. I'd say, before I came to college, I was baptized around July. And, you know, I was actually pretty grateful because, you know, a lot of things that I went through my senior year, I was going through, you know, a couple of states, and, you know, being baptized and reborn into his blood, you know, I felt a lot of weight taken off my shoulders and everything. And I can say, you know, it opened a lot of doors for me as well, being able to put him first through anything and everything.
And, you know, like, I like, that's, man, you gotta make me tear up because, like, honestly, like, it's crazy when you meet an athlete, and I know through my experiences personally, I never had like an athlete open up to me that much about their faith. Only a handful of guys. So to meet you and to know you and to like do life with you is amazing that you're so open to your faith. I have the utmost respect for you for that. Before we go, I want to ask you one more question. If there's anything that you could take from your life and give advice to a person who's trying to chase, you know, their dreams and what they're trying to, you know, hold on to, what's the type of advice you would give them, and how would you, you know, give it to them?
Actually, you know, the advice I can give is stay in school. It's a lot of opportunities that you can get from staying in school, a lot of doors that can open. I say, you know, me staying in school actually kept me out of a lot of trouble, and like just opening doors and be able to meet new people in the environment I was in, the community I was in, is actually pretty great.
You know, Jahad is, man, Jahad is one of my biggest like inspirations. When I came from St. Thomas, I was in a, you know, pivotal point in my life, and I was trying to seek inspiration from people. Jahad was definitely one of those guys for me to find inspiration towards. And to have this interview is a lot for me, and I just really appreciate you coming in, sharing what you have to share, and just also have like the opportunity to have this conversation with you, dog, for real.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was a pleasure being here.
Yeah, I appreciate that, dog, seriously. So, Jahad, before you go, would you like to do the honors for me?
Of course. Before we go, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content from I Surrender on Modern Sports Media. Again, it was an honor being here.
Man, anytime, my boy, anytime.
Thank you.